Hey dreamers, Bryce here from Midnight Notion, singer-songwriter, musician, and a big fan of Metallica, but I have no idea what my favorite Metallica song is. Could it be Murder One? Let's use math to find out. Cue the intro.
So Ted, give it to me now!
For the best Metallica song! Murder One, we're almost to the very end of Hardwired to Self-Destruct, and I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I wrote off this song almost immediately. I remember hearing it pretty much right when it came out. I maybe listened to the record like twice, and I decided very early that I wasn't going to listen to this song very often. So there's a very, very low bar that it has to meet, but we're not grading it based off of my memory of the song. We're listening to it together, you and I. I'm stopping it anytime I hear something interesting. Then we're going to grade it using the following criteria: composition, memorability, emotional response, instrumentation, and lyrics. Each category is a 0 to 4 scale with a grand total of 20 possible points. We'll find out at the end of the video if this song has what it takes to get to the top 20. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, because if you do, you'll probably never get murdered. And that's a pretty solid thing. We really need to stop talking about murder. Let's listen to the song, shall we? We're gonna call this 2. Let's just call the song 2, because it's basically 1-2, right? It's the sequel to 1. It's that same, I'm pretty sure it's on B. Doo-doo-doo. I guess it's more like fade to black with a climb up. Doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo. It's a very similar structure. So I don't know, I'm already interested, I guess, because it's at least a little bit different than I remember. I don't remember the hits coming in so quickly. And to be honest, I don't remember the rest of the song, so this is going to be exciting. Offbeat hi-hats. Okay. Okay, so we have a classic 3+1. Do 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 do. Repeat that 3 times, and then the last time has a bah, 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 like a different tag on the end. So classic 3+1. That's fine. It's very classic metal, very black metal feeling. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is some sort of reference to Lemmy. Is that correct? Because I know that Lemmy died somewhere around this record coming out, and so I remember the music video having something to do with Lemmy. I could be mistaken. Is there an ace of spades in this song? I don't know. I feel like it has something to do with Lemmy, so let's listen. I like that. Oh yeah, okay.
One crowd shines on through the sound. One crown born to lose. One man does not give a damn. One man, no excuse.
He doesn't give a damn. I'll be honest, I don't know Motorhead that well. I really only know Ace of Spades. The metal community is going to come after me. But remember, I didn't say I was a fan of those bands. I said I was a fan of Metallica. So just ease off a little bit. It's okay. We don't have to listen to everything. Nobody knows every artist, okay? Back off.
Ace is wild.
Ace is Wild. There it is. Ace is Wild. Is that a reference to Lemmy? I'm pretty sure it is, but I don't know.
Ace is high. All the aces till you die.
I always thought that line was delivered weird. Is it aces till you die? Because till you die, there's like a couple of extra syllables in there. Till you die. Maybe I don't know the words. I'm going to look at the lyrics after I listen while I'm scoring the song. but it always sounds to me like "till I ya die," and I'm like, what are you saying? We ran out of okay. So let me tell you something about lyrics. I've written somewhere around 100 songs as well. Not all of them are public. A lot of them are just kind of hidden in a document, away for my eyes only. Maybe someday I'll be able to share them, but for now, they're kind of on the back burner. In songwriting, sometimes you end up with a vocal hook where you maybe improvise. Not everybody works the same way. I don't know this about James, but I know that James has a tendency to write his lyrics very soon before they record them. Like they're not typically songs that are like, hey, I got an idea for a lyric and then we'll put it into a song. Usually, it seems that Metallica starts with the music first. When you start with the music first, sometimes you end up with just a vocal line that ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba, and you know that you're going to sing those notes, but you don't know what the words are yet. So, and I know that there are demos of James. I think was it Wherever I May Roam, where he was just da 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 da. He's just making up the words, but they're not even words. He's just scatting them. That happens a lot. I think there's a lot of songwriters out there who do that same thing, myself included. I have some songs that have like the hook of the song, like the title of the song was a complete accident because I was playing the riff and I just spit out some random words. I'm like, hey, that's pretty cool. So it's possible that some of these words were done that way. The other thing that happens is when you have that structure, ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba, you could get really stuck trying to find words that have the right amount of syllables, right? I need words that sound like ba-da-ba. Okay, I could do ba-ba, black. No, I want to say black sheep, but there's no fourth syllable. Okay, I could do twinkle star, right? Now I have, but it's got to be a little star. And so you end up kind of reconstructing phrases. You take the grammar syntax of English and you mix it around and you start adding extra imagery and it's, that word doesn't work. I'll use this word. And it's like putting a puzzle together. You got all these thousands of words and you're like, oh, maybe this one will fit. No, that one doesn't fit. This one fit. No, that one doesn't fit. And you eventually just kind of craft it until it feels right. Sometimes because of that process, you end up with lines that are like, you could have put anything in this line and it would have felt the same. And I think that's what I'm getting in this song. I feel like there was like an intent, like we got to pay tribute, but I don't have the right words to say. And I don't know, here's a thesaurus, right? Put some of these words in here. I'm not saying it's poorly written. I'm just saying that sometimes when you're writing lyrics, that's a thing that happens. And this song to me feels like a song that could have used a little bit more TLC because the riffs are fine. There's some pretty cool riffs in here. They just could use some better lyrics.
White lights fading, the iron horse rolls on and on and on.
I really like that. We got this low tom, boom, 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 na na da da. That would have made a really cool verse, actually. I don't know if this is considered a pre-chorus or a chorus. I've already lost the structure of the song. We had one man something, so that would have been the verse, and then we had the aces something until you die, till you die. Was that all just a verse? Is this a pre-chorus? I don't know. Let's keep listening.
Hear your thunder, still beating back. Still hear your thunder. The man in black. What to lose, living to win. One fist hammers through the mist. One fist steady on. One heart die hard from the start. One heart beats its song.
It's not bad. I mean, it's not terrible. It's got a straight groove to it. Everything is flowing just fine. It's got kind of a bounce even there. Boo doo boo ba doo boo bow. 1 and 2, but there's a really nice little, what's the word I'm looking for? A swingy, not swing, but like it's got a nice syncopation to it. Boo da boo ba doo boo boo. One man. Da, 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 da. Really, I don't know. It's got a fine beat. I don't know why it's not connecting with me. Maybe it's because I don't know Motorhead's catalog. Maybe there's like, I don't know. I wanna imagine. I'll do some research before I give this some points. But I want to imagine he's handpicked lines from Motorhead songs and he's just combining them all. And maybe that's why I'm getting this kind of weirdness about the lyrics. Like, oh, it didn't make any sense. Oh, because it's a reference to that one song that they played, you know. And so maybe there's that, but I don't know. It's not meshing with me for some reason. Again, it's not because I don't like Lemmy. It's not because I don't like Metallica. It's just this, they have 111 other songs, 12. I don't know what number I'm on. There's so many other songs. The bar is really high for Metallica songs. The bar is low for this song. And it doesn't feel like I'm going to be going over it. Okay. So I guess the Ace is High, Ace is Wild was just like a pre-chorus or a second half of the verse. Maybe the second half of the verse just has a build like that. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I Still Hear Your Thunder is like the thunderous roar of the amps, right? The music lives on. He's since passed on to the afterlife, but his music is living on. I still hear your thunder rolling on and on and on. Maybe the record is spinning, right? The record is playing on a loop. A nice, touching tribute. Just wish it was a better song, man. Okay, intro again. All right, let's talk about the beginning of the solo. We got a halftime groove. We got boom, boom, ka, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're emphasizing the 3 on the snare. It's a real slow, pulled back beat, and the guitars are just so they're just quarter notes with a rest, and that lead guitar is just going like, I don't know if these are 30 seconds, but going super fast. Look at the real estate. Count out 4 beats, right? That's just the drums is just quarter notes, and the guitar is matching it for 3 of them, and the bass is matching for 3. And then if you put the lead guitar on top of that, you see a little sprinkle, right? It paints a nice picture. Really cool. Good way to do a solo. Let's see if we can end it this time. The blues. It's feeding back. Your thunder is feeding back. Again, feedback from the amps. I still hear your thunder. The man in black. Born to lose. No excuse. It's appropriate. It's about right. So that's Murder 1. Let's give Murder 1 some points. Here we go. Composition. This one's kind of a struggle for me because it is a pretty standard layout. Verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. Very similar to all their other songs. It's nice that the intro does come back both at the middle and at the end. That's pretty interesting. They don't usually bring their intros back, or I guess they either, if the intro isn't the main riff, then rarely ever does it repeat later on in the song. So that's pretty intriguing. It does have that element of, wait a second, are you stealing from your own catalog here with that sort of fade to black one sort of riff at the beginning? But, we can give them credit for not being clean all the way through and building the same way that it's not as fade to black as The Day That Never Comes. It's not one, like, very much at all. I lied in the intro. I was going to call it 2, but really it's a completely different song. So that's fine. It's got some cool grooves to it. No real big changes that are, noticeable anyway. The structure is kind of baseline for me. Nothing really stood out. Yeah, so I compositionally got to give it a 2. Memorability. I think that this song is really lacking that big hook, right? I feel like there's memorable moments, but I just can't. I mean, I remember coming into this just minutes ago when I started this video. I didn't even know anything past the intro. I thought it was just one with just a little bit of climb, and I forgot everything else about the song, including the subject matter. Now, part of that is because I've only listened to it a handful of times. Yes, I get that. But there are other songs in the world that I've only heard a couple of times that stick with me forever and ever and ever. I don't know how to explain it, but memory works by having something unique or having something repetitive. And neither of those really feel like this song. It doesn't feel unique and it doesn't feel repetitive. Although there are riffs in here that repeat over and over, so I guess is, pretty repetitive, but it's not like a standout riff. It's not something that I'm going to be humming forever. And the lyrics don't really there's the man in black, I don't know. There's not like that hook, right? They're missing the finale, the end of the chorus, that line that really sits with you, that really digs in. And if you're not a fan of Motorhead or you don't know about Lenny Kilmister's death, then this song probably has no effect on you. And you're probably like, well, what does this have to do with anything? So I don't know. It just, it doesn't, memorability 1. Emotional response. Admittedly, I came in with some bias, but I think my stance stands the same. The song doesn't really interest me as much. I have hundreds of other songs that have got me banging my head. One of them even got me crying. So when I'm going to turn to a favorite song, this is definitely not that song. I'm sorry for those of you who are weeping that have been emotionally touched by this, but for me, an ode to a famous rock star deserves just a little bit more TLC. There's some really cool stuff in here, but it's just missing that oomph. That oomph is missing. Emotional response 1. Instrumentation, they're all playing pretty fine. Again, same old, pretty baseline across the board. The one thing that brings this up a little bit for me is that solo is really... He's got some bluesy stuff in there. It's a pretty cool solo, and I don't know, there's a couple of riffs that are pretty good. So instrumentally, we'll give them a 3. Lyrics. I didn't find out whether or not these lyrics are copy-paste references to Motorhead songs. You're going to have to tell me in the comments below. But I did learn that Murder 1 is the name of Lemmy's bass. So yes, indeed, this is a song about Lemmy. It's paying tribute to him. He died in 2015, which makes sense because this record was, I believe, 2016. So the timeline of when they would have wrote the lyrics versus when they released the song, it all adds up. So this is definitely a tribute to him. You can even see in the music video there are animations of Lemmy and just tributes to him. So all of our hearts and happiness and warm fuzzy feelings to all people out there who are missing him, friends and family, and of course Metallica themselves. They were super inspired by Motorhead. They followed Motorhead around as teenagers, and it inspired them to become Metallica. So without Lemmy, we wouldn't have Metallica. That's all positive stuff. But that doesn't automatically mean that the lyrics are well written. I need you to make that distinction. Yes, it's about a good topic. Yes, it's an ode to a famous person. Yes, we should pay our respects. Yes, 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 yes. But when we're looking at a song that has meaningful lyrics, I just don't feel like this one really cuts through, right? It's trying to tell his story, but it doesn't really maybe fit with the music, and it's got sort of an aggressive tone to it. So it's like, do you miss him? Are you celebrating him? Maybe, maybe it is a celebration. I don't really know how to feel by these lyrics. And you singing murder one, murder all. It's like, wait a second. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I thought somebody just died and we were sad about it. We don't want to murder more people. But then you have to read into it to find out that that's his amp, and he's using his amp to murder, quote unquote, to actually play loud music to people and like just blow them away. That's what they mean by this. They're not promoting murder. Duh. They wouldn't do that, right? So I don't know. The lyrics just don't grab me the way that I wish they would. I want something a little bit more. So lyrically, unfortunately, it's kind of right in the middle for me. It's a 2. And so Murder 1 gets a grand total of 9 points. It is not very much points at all, not even double digits, so definitely not top 20. It's currently in 90th place out of 113, just below Shoot Me Again. So don't murder me 1 for putting it below Shoot Me Again, but that's how I felt about the song. Let's take a look at the top 20. We still got One and Halo on Fire tied at the top. Don't worry, we're going to have tiebreaker videos, and we have Ride the Lightning on the bottom. Now it's your turn. In the comments below, tell me what score you would give this song, and be honest. Make sure you separate your emotional response from the other 4 categories. Trust me, add it all up. I want to know your score. And then check out Midnight Notion. I would appreciate the Spotify streams or the iTunes purchases, or really just the love anywhere. Please share the music. I don't get my stuff out there unless you help me, because I've already reached everybody I know and they couldn't give a crap. So make sure you get that word out. And of course, hit that subscribe button, because everybody's waiting for Spit Out the Bone, and it's coming tomorrow. So I'll see you then. Thank you so much for watching. Hey, you're awesome.